from this angle, I can see your back and your face simultaneously. That's how much I'm looking at you.
I'm a mess.
No, you're not.
I'm a disaster.
Oh.
I loved Your Monster. It's so refreshing and original. This film explores themes of inner rage, self-love, and empowerment in such a creative and brilliant way. Congratulations, guys. It's phenomenal. Caroline, you wrote and directed this film, which is deeply personal. How did your real life experience shape the narrative and emotional tone for the film?
Well, I mean, it was heavily influenced on my emotional experience. It's loosely based on what happened. I was diagnosed with cancer. I was broken up with. I dramatized it a bit in the movie, but it was the first moment in my life. Had been raised to be a very good, polite girl, and I had graduated from college, and back to back bad things happened to me, and I was feeling this sense of injustice and rage for the first time in my life, and I didn't know what to do with those feelings. And I was so upset, I was so depressed, I was so angry at the world, and it was starting to come out. And I was forced to kind of deal with myself in a way that felt really uncomfortable and scary at first. But as I got to know that side of myself, I realized the anger that lived inside of me, my monster, was actually like my defense mechanism. It was the thing that was telling me there's something in your life that's not working, that you need to change, that you need to protect yourself against. And so then I started falling in love with that side of myself. And I was like, this is a love story. I had a love story with myself. I fell in love with this part of myself that I thought was a terrifying, grotesque, awful monster. He's actually, he, whatever, is this wonderful piece of me that is going to protect me and make me fill me with strength and power. And so I was like, okay, this, as a lover of rom-coms and as someone who, wants to revive the rom-com, I was like, this could be a really interesting, weird take on a romantic comedy. So yeah, that's where it came from.
You executed it. It was fantastic. I love the film. Now, Kayla, you're on this film both as a producer and actor. How did you balance the dual roles, and what drew you to the character of Maisie?
Caroline had sent me the short and told me about the character of Maisie, and I just fell in love with this idea of playing this kind of kooky, crazy best friend character in this big satirical rom-com. It was such a dream to get to play that character. The base of our relationship and being so involved with Caroline before getting to shooting, working on the script with her and just being by her side, I think was the only way I could have equipped myself to hop in front of the camera while I was making an indie film. It's just a really kind of intense combination, like knowing, okay, well, we have this much time to shoot this scene and you kind of have to nail it in 2 takes, and then hopping in front of the camera and being like, you know what? I am so relaxed actually, and I'm not worried at all about time. I'm totally fine. It was a total, mind shift, constantly navigating. But, I think anybody who makes films runs towards a challenge, because no matter what kind of movie you're making, it's really hard. So it was a really unique kind of crazy challenge on this one, but I couldn't have done it without Caroline.
Incredible. Speaking of challenges, what was the most challenging aspect of merging romantic, comedic, and horror elements in this film?
Well, there are typically genres that don't all go together, but I think the thing that it was exciting for me is that I think the beauty of independent filmmaking is that you get to experiment. And I have seen the same movie over and over again for my entire life. And we got a little budget. No one knew who I was. And I said, you know what? I want to try something different. And if we crash and burn, so be it. But I think that the classic rom-com doesn't work for today's audience, because we are more powerful post-Me Too movement. We are smarter. We are wiser. We are not going to fall in love with the asshole guy with a lot of money who treats us like garbage. We have to give the rom-com a new hairdo. And it has to be a story that reflects how women feel. We are angry. We are complicated people, and we are learning to fall in love with ourselves in a new way. And so I felt like, let's make this loud and weird and big and an experiment, because I think that is reflective of where we are in society as women. And so I was like, yeah, and I say this to Kayla all the time, like, this moment in my life that this movie was born from was not a one genre experience. So to just stay truthful to what really happened, the movie couldn't have been a one genre movie.
Absolutely. Look, this is why I love indie films, because I get to discover gems like Your Monster. Look, thank you guys so much for your time. Incredible job. It's a fantastic film. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
The prick broke up with you when you were in the hospital. I can't do it. I need time for me.
I could threaten to eat him if that would help. I mean, I could eat him.